Is the time of year for Coloradans to review emergency evacuation plans, whether the biggest risk at your place is flood or wildfire or both. Neighbors in part of Boulder County say they feel trapped. There's a rock slide covering one of the two roads out of their community. Our Mark Salinger has their preemptive call for help.
We call this paradise, right?
Living in the mountains comes with challenges.
It's a very narrow, twisted road. It's got very steep turns, steep hills.
Yet when Tim Gunther moved to his house down the street from Gross Reservoir outside of Boulder, he at least thought he'd have two ways to get out if there was an emergency.
The only other way out is Gross Dam Road, which is actually right now being blocked by Denver water due to a rock slide.
One of the only two roads off the mountain around Gross Dam is now closed to the public. It has been for more than a month.
And here's the rock.
A snowstorm in mid-March caused a rock slide, which also damaged the road.
Here's where the road is closed.
That road is owned by Denver Water. The water company says it'll stay closed for several more weeks. It's clear enough for Denver water trucks and construction vehicles to drive on, but they say not stable enough to open to the public.
When we've asked Denver Water what happens in the event of an emergency, what they tell us is that this road can be opened for emergency access.
That's what Denver Water told us too. But Tim worries what will happen if a fire like this one from 2003 that caused all this damage down the street were to start up again. Would the road be able to open up in time for him and his neighbors to evacuate?
So if we're sitting here looking for the person who's supposed to be coordinating with the person who's supposed to be talking to Denver Water, who's supposed to be trying to figure out whether the road is stable enough to support traffic and stuff, it's just not a good idea.
Tim is reminded every time he drives home about the fire danger here. He wishes his evacuation route wasn't closed.
It's terrifying, actually. We're constantly on the alert. Whenever we see smoke, we're all over the place.
Denver Water tells me it took several weeks just to clear the boulders from the middle of the road. Now that road will stay closed until the slope can be stabilized. They own that road way up in Boulder County because it's part of the land around Gross Reservoir where so much construction, Kyle, is going on right now.
Not an unreasonable concern given the fire history up there, but there's bad blood between these folks.
Yeah, people who live up there have been, a lot of people, not everybody of course, but a lot of people who live up there have been against the Gross Dam project that's been going on for decades. They've been going back and forth, lawsuits about that plan, lots of bad blood in between them. But at the same time, you look at, hey, there was a massive wildfire right down the street. Now we only have one way in and out, potentially. If there's an evacuation, you have to see where they're coming from, especially heading into the warmer summer months.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. Mark, thank you.